Alex Blake. I'm your host, Alex Blake, and your girl is back on video with the podcast. Who is she? New year, new me. Happy 2026. It feels so weird to be back on video, but it also feels like so fitting. And yeah, if you guys listened to the podcast at all last year, I feel like I went through so many ups and downs last year and just like twists and turns in my personal life and just like so much craziness. But obviously, towards the end, I found out that I was pregnant, which meant that I entered into first trimester. And if you have known somebody near you and close to you who's been pregnant and walked with them through first trimester, or you've been pregnant yourself and gone through first trimester, you know it can be a doozy. And it really was for me. I was, sick and the whole 9 yards with it. And so it was just a little bit harder to like get up and moving and put makeup on and feel like I wanted to be on video and do content and stuff like that. So I really feel like everything kind of took a back seat for me as I just focused on creating a little baby human inside my belly. That was like the weirdest way to say that, but I said it and here we are. Okay. Not taking it back now. It's recorded. All that to say though, yeah. So I was doing like graphics on YouTube rather than just like a video like I normally would. But it's 2026 and second trimester. Hello. I'm okay with it. Actually, technically, I guess I'm in like the last week of first trimester, 12 weeks, but I feel so much better. I'm like, I feel so much more myself and just like ready to be back. And I'm sure that it helps that it's like the new year too, because that is a time anyway where I tend to feel like refreshed and rejuvenated and ready to like take on the world. So I feel like the fog of first trimester has lifted and I'm ready to yap with you guys. So I'm going to grab my comfy little editing blanket as usual. If you guys haven't seen this editing blanket and you are watching on YouTube, I'll show you really quick. It's so cute and I really genuinely like use it every time that I edit. I sit right here in this chair, put my laptop right here on this little side table, grab my editing blanket, and it's just like so cozy. I sell them on my website if you guys are interested in them. They literally say editing blanket with a little laptop on it and it's fuzzy on the inside. So cute. Anyway, today is less educational, more like we're just like hanging out and grabbing coffee. I was supposed to have an interview today. For today's episode, I guess I'm recording this a little bit earlier, but I was supposed to have an interview for today's episode and it ended up getting rescheduled. So you guys will get to chat with her next week, hopefully. She's amazing. So I can't wait to introduce you to her. But for today, I asked on Instagram, okay, guys, what should I talk about? And you guys had some really good ideas. So there were tons of like Q&A things, but honestly, a lot of the questions that you guys asked, I felt like would just be really good as like actual episodes themselves. So I decided to table those just because like some of them were, for example, one of them was about my associate team. And I'm like, oh, I could answer that question. But man, that would be a really good episode that I think a lot of people would eat up and it could be really educational. So instead of chatting about some of those things today, I decided to take one of the ideas that somebody asked. And she just asked, what was your most awkward photo shoot moment? And I was like, you know what? I have them because I'm awkward. And like when you're with people and you yap a lot, there's just going to be awkward moments. And I definitely have like my fair share of them. But I wanted to hear what yours were. So I put a little question box and did a little form for those who wanted to do it anonymously. And without further ado, here are some awkward photo shoot moments. Okay. This one kind of starts a little bit easier. It's like very short, but it's definitely really funny. This is from someone named Jacqueline. She said, I was trying to tell a couple that we were going to take some test shots. And I was like, I'm just going to take a couple testies. And then I was like, OMG, no, wait, I take that back. Moment of silence for you, Jacqueline. Listen, this is so something that would happen to me. Like I can laugh at it all day long for you and feel so cringy and awkward, but like 100% I would do this. Cause like I said, I feel like if you are a talker and you're like, owning the moment as a photographer and you're like walking your couple or your senior like throughout the locations and you're just like on it, you're saying whatever is coming out of your mouth. I tell my associates, I tell them like never to have silence in a photo shoot. And I never want them to be quiet. Like I want them to always fill the silence with conversation. And when you're doing that, sometimes things just slip out, okay? And sometimes like I'll even just like make up my own words on accident, which clearly that was, and it was not a good decision, like not a good choice. But like I'll just like say things and then I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, what is that word that just came out of my head? And I usually acknowledge it, but that one's awkward, not gonna lie. But I definitely feel like every photographer who, like I said, is like owning the moment in a photo shoot has said something like this. Okay, next one. This one hurts because it's just relatable and it's just real, especially in busy season. Okay, it says, I took on a last family minute session and the mom's name was Tasha. For some reason, I immediately started calling her Shauna and nobody said anything. I even named the gallery Shauna and Family. She finally texted me, dot, dot, dot. Hey, this is awkward, but my name is Tasha. Me. Yep, sure is. And like I said, this is so busy season core, guys. Like this is so real. I've definitely had a moment like this. I did not go as far as naming the gallery after somebody else, but I did have a moment. It was like, I don't even know what was going on in my brain, but it was busy season. And it was, gosh, it was a couple years ago, downtown Charleston. And it was a group of like probably 10 women for this like bachelorette party or a birthday party, something like that. And I kept messing up on like which client she was from my week. And I kept having to like look at my calendar, like just inconspicuously like look down to see. Cause I think I had like an Emily and an Emma and a Katie or something. And they were like kind of similar names, you know, like Emily, Katie, Emma, Emily, you know what I mean? Where I was just like getting it confused. And I remember at one point I like looked at her and she was like, Emily. And I was like, oh, I knew that. Like, totally. And in my head, I'm like, ah, dang it. But naming the gallery is a whole nother level. This is why I check Honeybook before ever sending my galleries for real. I'm not even kidding. I do that every time. Okay. Story number 3 that you guys shared. This one is not funny in the moment and it's deeply uncomfortable. But it's also a really good reminder to like really think about the words that we choose as photographers. Okay. This is a photo shoot that I booked for my engagement session. So this is somebody who like actually booked the photo shoot for their own engagement session. She was not photographing. But we were taking pictures on the pier and there was a park in the background. I requested for us to go to a different area of the pier because I didn't like the park and all the people in the background. Valid. The photographer told me that it was our future, so we should stay there, meaning like kids in our future. But we aren't having kids, and it made the whole session super awkward. Ooh. Hey guys, butting into my own podcast episode to be able to tell you about my favorite time of the entire year, Photo Camp. Photo Camp is my educational content camp for photographers where we really lean into creativity, community, and coaching. And my goal is to always make it affordable for you guys. So think bunk beds and camp and cabins and bonfires with s'mores and styled shoots and educational sessions, the whole 9 yards, all with brand new friends from all across the country. It really is such an amazing time. I love it. It's like genuinely my favorite thing ever. I've already told you guys that, but it really is true. And I know that you're going to love it too. Signups are open now, but spots are limited. So if you want more information on it, you can go see the PhotoCamp Instagram at PhotoCamp Events, or you can go online and see all about it at photocampinfo.com. Now let's get back to the episode. Now here's the thing. The photographer, like, she's not going to know that. You know what I mean? Like she didn't mean any ill intent from it or whatever, but definitely being sensitive of the fact that like these people are just engaged. We don't need to be like talking about kids just yet if that's not something that's like they're bringing up first. Like I think that's my rule with things of like with some things like that, like let people bring it up first, especially with me, honestly. Okay, this is about to get so deep. Wait, I'm so sorry. But like, especially with me and Zach dealing with like infertility stuff, obviously before our pregnancy right now. But like for years, it was just such a like heavy topic. And when people would ask me, of course, I never tried to let people see it, but there was always like that little gulp, you know, that you kind of had to take before answering a question. And honestly, like I even had this moment not too long ago with one of my friends who is dealing with infertility too, unfortunately. And I said something to her we were playing pickleball and I said something like, you look like such a cute little like mom, a tennis mom or something like that. And as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, Alex, like you just did what would have been something that like could have been hurtful to me if I were in that position still. And so immediately, like after, like later that day, I texted her and I was like, I am so sorry if that made you feel uncomfortable, like blah, 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 and just apologized. And one thing that I think I've learned over the last couple of years is just be really quick to apologize, and it just covers so much. Like love covers a multitude of offenses. And I feel like when you apologize and you are humble before, like you're like, oh gosh, that was so awkward, I don't want to talk about it. Like, no, just confront it with an apology and confront it with humility, and it's always going to be fine. And she responded, she was like, didn't think anything of it. It's literally fine. Don't worry about it. But who knows if maybe she did, or if she would have thought back about it, or like whatever. I want to be the first one to apologize. So I definitely see, like as a photographer, how something like that could easily happen in a photo shoot. But if it does and you immediately clock that there's something like awkward feeling about it, just apologize. Like just be so quick to be like, wait, that was kind of weird to say. I am so sorry. Yeah, let's definitely go to another place or a different location. And then that's the other thing too. Like if your client wants to go to a different location or like walk to a different spot in the park, just do it. Be like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. Like there's no harm, no foul. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. That got deep. Sorry. But the next one, okay. This is where awkward just turns into like pure shock, I think. Like I can't imagine this one. Okay. I was shooting a group of 3 families that were on vacation together at the beach. The last photo was the last photo requested was of the 3 wives together. Now, let me just pause right here because when I read this, I was thinking like 3 like sister wives and I was very confused. But no, like because it was a big family shoot, you know what I mean? Like there were 3 women who were married. Yeah. Anyway, just had to clarify because I was like reading the awkward submissions and then I was like, oh, wait, this is awkward. But it wasn't that. We're good. Okay. One of the wives told me beforehand that her husband had a surprise at the end of the session. Then he tells all the girls as they're getting their photo taken to close their eyes. And when they open, he dropped his pants to the ground and posed in front of them in a Speedo. I was speechless, and unfortunately, I had to edit the photo. I cannot. When I read this one, guys, I kid you not, my mouth dropped. I said, what? This is why families on vacation together is just I don't want to say it's a no-go for shoots for me, but like I really don't love to do that because stuff like this happens where you're like, literally what? Like that is not something that I was expecting. It's not something I want to see. And it definitely isn't something I want to edit after. Okay. And like you have to be careful where you edit that too. Cause like you can't be editing that on a plane where people watch because that's crazy. Yeah. I also feel like just like surprises during a shoot are a photographer's worst nightmare in general. Like this has never happened to me, thank the Lord, but there's been lots of people that I know who like people won't tell them that they're getting engaged. Like the guy doesn't say like, "Oh, on this photo shoot I'm going to propose." And then like what if you miss it, or what if the shot isn't right, or like there's so many things that could go wrong with that. So, if you are not a photographer and you're listening to this, take it from me, do not surprise your photographer. Surprise everyone else if you want, but the photographer needs to be a good secret keeper and needs to be in on the news. Okay. Rant over. Next one. Okay. This one, now we're like in the category that just no one warns you about. Okay. This is just what it is. And this is like definitely a girl thing. So if you're a guy, just know that this is some girl talk right now. So you can either listen or you can skip ahead a little bit. Okay. She said, I don't know if this is one that you'll want to share, LOL, but I was using a menstrual cup and it started leaking a lot. And of course, it was at a photo shoot for a high school boy, but I didn't turn around. And when I got home to check, I definitely had blood through my pants. Bro, this is so human. Like, this has definitely happened to me too before at some point. Like, I don't have any like blaring stories, but like, it's just a thing that happens when you're a girl and when you have to work. It just is. But there have definitely been times in my life where I can like vividly remember leaking through, and they have been awkward every single time. But Yeah, of course it's a high school boy for you. I'm so sorry on that one because that is rough. Okay, next one. And I think this is the last one. Okay, last one, guys. Here we go. LOL, when it starts with LOL. LOL, shot a wedding at 34 weeks pregnant. And during the send off, the videographer and I didn't communicate well. So he took off running during the exit. I had no option but to chase after him because if I didn't, he would have been very in the way of my shot the entire time. So when I took off running after him, it was full send. Realized after, thank God it was the send off, that my pants were soaking wet. Luckily, I think this is her husband. Luckily, her husband was with me, but we all started panicking, thinking that my water broke. We ran into the bridal suite. Mind you, the exit was paved concrete. So literally everyone saw the trail of liquid behind me. They're all expecting me to come out back and say my water broke. Turns out I peed my pants the entire way. So awkward and so embarrassing. Wait, guys, I hadn't read that one yet. I like had an extra one this morning that I wanted to throw in there because it was a little bit longer, and that was that one. And that is terrible. What? Wait, that's terrifying. As like I said, I'm in second trimester. I'm not quite there yet, but like, what if that happens to me? What if I'm like with a high school senior boy shooting and then I'm like peeing my pants? Oh no. Wait, I really was like halfway through. I was totally expecting for her water to break. And then it was nope, just pee. Yeah, adrenaline, I feel like in the moment, especially when you're pregnant, can make you just do crazy things. So I definitely don't judge you for it. But also, that's a story that you will not forget in front of everyone. That's rough. I really want to know what you did after, but I guess it was a send off. So thankfully, like, yeah. But maybe that's a pro tip. If you are shooting a wedding and you're pregnant, bring a change of clothes. You never know what might happen, like prepare as if you have a diaper bag, but like for yourself. Okay. Really, that was it today, guys. Just a couple submissions that I wanted to share with you guys because I thought they were funny and it would have a light-hearted episode for us in the beginning of 2026. Like I said, I have some good interviews coming up. We're going to interview a model named Bella soon. We're interviewing a photographer friend of mine named Emmy, another one named Sue Shutterbug. She's been on the podcast before. So super excited to bring them back this month soon. But yeah, just remember, I wrote in my notes, like awkward moments don't mean that you're unprofessional. Everyone has them. Everyone experiences like little human moments. And that's what makes our industry so fun is that we get to like be professional and be people that our clients can trust, but also we're human. And especially in like our content online, we get to share these things and they're kind of funny, like we get to be relatable with them as long as we do it and share these things in like a professional and like funny way, not in a what's that word? Like condescending way. Like we never want to talk bad about our clients. But when we just like poke fun at ourselves and mistakes that we've made, it just like makes people like laugh and relate to us more. So I love getting to like share these things and I love that you guys shared them with me so that I can share them on the podcast. If you guys have like anything that you're thinking about of like, oh, this would be so funny for Alex to share, like definitely DM me at Alex Blake Photo. I want to hear all of your podcast ideas. DM me and then I'll do a little question box like this. We can do more submission episodes. So I love it. Yeah, I hope this made you feel less alone and that it was a good start to whatever day you're listening to this on. But the episode comes out on Thursday. So I hope you're listening to it on Thursday. Okay. I love you guys. At this point, I'm just yapping. Mwah. I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye.